Hello AMFA members, Bret Oestreich, your National Director here. I just want to take some time and reach out to you guys in regards to the current events that have transpired or that will be transpiring in the next weeks and months. I'm going to start off with Alaska Airlines. AMFA and Alaska Airlines have signed an agreement jointly and delivered a favorable contract, which you guys are currently living under right now with the Alaska Airlines and the Alaska technicians. Just recently we've started initial talks on May 10th with the Alaska Airlines leadership to include Vice President Labor Relations Greg Mays and the VP of Maintenance Kirk Kender, and the legal teams in kind of a projected timeline of the game plan of the integration process. We are scheduling initial meetings in the near future between AMFA and Alaska Airlines Integration Committee and the Virgin America Integration Committee to discuss the scheduled process between Alaska Airlines and the Virgin America technicians. AMFA has a great working relationship with the leadership of Alaska Airlines, and we are very optimistic that there will be a smooth transition. These are topics that we'll be discussing in the meetings: the integration agreement, filing single carrier status with the National Mediation Board, and the single operating agreement. We will continue to update you guys on the Alaska Virgin transition and the integration process moving forward. Now the big topic is Southwest Airlines and negotiations and the updates. AMFA and Southwest have been in negotiations for nearly 5 years. May 31st will be 1,749 days since the contract was amendable on August 16, 2012. I would just like to take a little time just kind of discuss some of the sequence of events that took place over the Article 2 scope in California and DC sessions. Let's just start off with the AMT negotiations April 18th through the 20th in Santa Rosa, California. Prior to this date, after numerous requests by the negotiating committee, the company has really never fully provided a true number or a footprint of the number of aircrafts, future plans of the MAX program, or bridging of the 700, 800 from the current NG program to MAX block checks. The future maintenance program footprint really has not been known in regards to the AMT negotiation sessions until Santa Rosa, California. Just recently, after 5 years, the negotiation committee finally obtained those tangible numbers to put the company's numbers into a concept that your negotiation committee could visually see and put pen to paper from the company's 3-hour presentation. Unfortunately, those numbers and goalposts have been moved and changed in the DC session. What this kind of really means to you guys for future staffing, that would be line maintenance, hanger-on, current, future C-checks, heavy checks, and the annual checks. Basically boils down to increased outsourcing up to 50% more of the intermediate maintenance of the 700 work, and up to 1/3 or 33% of the 800 and MAX work throughout the system. You know, how the maintenance checks changing from the 3Y to the 2Y, the spans, the zero timing, the standalone checks, you know, the annual checks. I'd just kind of like to refer you back to the recent updates pertaining to the areas of maintenance plans for the future. Those last two updates will be there. During Santa Rosa negotiation session, I personally thought, you know, making somewhat of a forward progress would be the possibility. After the AMFA negotiation committee used those company numbers to put the maintenance concept of the future NG checks of the 800 and MAX program, AMFA presented the concept to the company. Then surprisingly, we were told by the mediator that we were going to stop midstream after a day and a half of a 3-day session, and the company was going to have to fly back to Dallas to present the newly designed concept to the Southwest leadership and basically look over the supposed concept created by your negotiating committee. I'd like to be perfectly clear here. AMFA has all the necessary people in negotiations at the table to make a decision for an agreement in principle or a tentative agreement to bring back to you to vote on. Watch what the company does, not what they say. There is a frustration and a discouragement by many on both sides. It is unfortunate that the company's negotiation updates and the information given many times is directed to mislead and try to cause discouragement. Why? Discouragement twists the truth. Discouragement builds fear and doubt. Discouragement brings a sense of defeat and hopelessness. For that, I'm truly sorry that we are in these state of affairs. Let's move forward to the Washington, D.C. session. We met with the company on May 1st through the 4th. Friday the 5th was not a scheduled day of negotiations. That the company would like to state and kind of pitch the idea. Starting off, the company asked for opportunity to address the committee with specific questions focused on the responding of the Article 2 proposal. The company made a number of substantial changes to the concept or the proposal. AMFA committee based our proposal on the projections based off of their really initial numbers. Your committee delivered a proposal in Santa Rosa intended to provide the company with flexibility, but also designed to deliver concrete future work for our work group. It seems as if the goalposts have moved again. The company has no intentions to grow our group as the airline grows or the number of aircraft increases. The AMFA negotiating committee economists put a maintenance concept together for the company 2 different times and on paper and trying to help, just in their operational needs. We just have not received any value yet to give up 50% of the NGs and 33% of the 800 MAX work, which increases even more outsourcing than the current 75–80% that is being outsourced today. The company's updates indicated the possibilities of a 6th, 7th, and 8th annual line with 120 to 130 aircraft growth point, which we discussed but really never really discussed at the table. In addition to the company's headcount commitment for these annual lines would actually shrink the existing number currently engaged in the intermediate work at some locations. Just something to think about. Southwest Airlines has used Article 2, Paragraph 3 against us and will continue to use that against us, which is the lack of facilities and manpower. How will this be used against us in the future under these conditions? It will happen. The company also will not agree to increase the mechanic to ratio above the 2.75 that is currently included in the Letter of Agreement 1. This is by far the lowest ratio in the industry today. The company also continues to demand that the outsourcing liaison position was included in the Letter of Agreement number 1, which must be abolished. Basically, that is catch us if you can on outsourcing. AMFA is very aware and recognizes the company's agenda. We must ensure protections are in place to offset the overabundance of contractual breaches of outsourcing limits and work rules witnessed recently over the recent years. Trust is just not there at this point. I would like to reiterate the fact that AMFA asked for additional earlier dates and the media offered May 31st through June 2nd. Your committee accepted these dates. The company did not. I would also like to reiterate, AMFA also asked the company via email for 3 additional weeks without the mediator to continue the negotiations, and unfortunately we have yet to hear back from the company on those dates. Those dates are May 16th through the 19th, June 5th through the 9th, June 12th through the 16th. On February 22nd, 2017 at approximately 11 o'clock, the NEC and the company leadership addressed about 100 AMFA members in the Midway hangar. And the company stated in this meeting that they would meet anywhere, anytime for negotiations and even lock ourselves in a room or whatever it takes to get this done. That is obviously not the case. Please watch what the company does and not what they say. Our next confirmed mediation session is scheduled for June 20th through the 22nd in Dallas. The Southwest technicians are still producing a safe, reliable, and on-time product while performing your job daily functions, doing more with less. Yet, you guys have future security threats, vulnerability of displacement from station to station, increases in future outsourcing, decreases in future headcount while Southwest continues to grow. Lowering the future aircraft to technician ratio even further is not a good idea. In my opinion, not a whole lot of skin in the game for the company. In closing, I would just like to thank all you guys for your time. Our goal and commitment is to help both Alaska Airlines and Southwest Airlines in taking care of the customer, retaining the competitive advantage, and to continue to contribute to the record profits by producing a safe, competitive, and reliable aircraft. I look forward to meeting all you guys again in the future or during your GMM or the continued station visits. Please stay engaged and be safe out there. Thank you.